I just got back from watching The Joker like maybe like 2 hours ago, and this is just my little hot take on the whole film while it's still fresh in my mind, honestly. Don't worry, I'm gonna give a spoiler warning before I get to that, but let me just get off like the stuff that I can say about the movie. One thing is, first and foremost, that Joaquin Phoenix is like really amazing in this film. He's already an amazing actor. I didn't know how he was gonna be during The Joker, but from all the stuff that I've heard before the movie even came out, he did an amazing job as playing this character. You actually, throughout the whole film, you actually do feel for the guy, and there's a lot of like serious drama throughout this entire film that gives you a reason like why he's acting the way he is and why he's a criminal, or at least wants to be one. Drama-filled psychological movie about how this guy became crazy and how he became the Joker that we know in the comic book.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a comedy.
There was like a few nitpicks that I had here and there when it comes to characters, such as the Joker's mother, who I thought should have acted a little bit more crazy throughout the whole film, kind of like a Bates Motel with from Psycho, like the way their relationship is. I thought that was gonna happen, but it just seemed normal throughout the whole film, so it just didn't really mesh well with me. The whole story of it is just the basic mechanics of just a psychological thriller, kind of like American Psycho or Psycho, where you're just following the main character, Arthur, the Joker, and how he descends into madness from how crazy Gotham is. Okay, I think I'm getting into spoilers, and before I get into that, I'll just say real quick that I thought the movie was really great. There was a lot of issues before the movie in terms of pacing and maybe a few characters here and there that are a little bit off. Overall, the film it's an art piece. I personally think so. It doesn't feel like a comic book movie. It feels like a really good drama or like good psychological thriller. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. It's not the most amazing thing in the world, but it is still worth a watch. It's a very dark film. There's not 1 ounce of anything nice happening in this film, which I guess makes sense with the Joker character. But yeah, I give it like an 8 out of 10. Now to spoilers. When it comes to certain characters that we've known to be like the hero in these Batman films, which is Thomas Wayne, the way they portray him here is a bit of a jerk. He doesn't understand the culture of Gotham or what's going on. He just thinks that there's even a point in the film where he calls everyone clowns and stuff, and that's a big narcissistic thing to call people. It kind of shows that this guy really doesn't understand what is going on with the criminal world in Gotham. There was a lot of interesting changes to the lore, such as Thomas Wayne possibly being the Joker's father, and I thought that would have been a really great dynamic in the film, showing that maybe that's why Batman and Joker have this rivalry, because they're brothers. But then that's obviously dismissed like 15 minutes in, and I just wish they kind of stick with that. Since this is a one-off film, you could have just done whatever. My little nitpicks with the film, and one is like the most annoying nitpick that I have, Bruce Wayne, because the way the kid who plays them shows no acting ability. And I know like kids are very hard to direct, but the problem is that when you first see him before his parents died, he's very quiet and well reserved, like as if something traumatic happened to him. And then after his parents die, he's still the same. Like not even in Batman Begins or even the Batman vs Superman movie, like those kids, like they actually showed true emotion when their parents died. Now that quietness would have made sense after the parents died, maybe show how dramatic it was, but then why show him being like that before? It just makes Bruce look like a weirdo. Honestly, the only thing that made the film going experience bad was all the drama that's going on behind the scenes with theaters, having police being there, and just obviously it's a safety precaution, and the movie would have been way more enjoyable to watch in terms of just its own thing if there wasn't really a lot of weird people in my theater that kept walking back and forth, and that kind of made some of my friends very like uneasy, which I totally understand. It's a very dark film. It's very creepy. It's very sad. For me, it made me feel anxiety-ridden. And it wasn't because of what I was saying about what's going on behind the scenes, but because you actually do feel for Arthur. You do feel for a lot of things that he's going through. He's a crazy person for sure, but it wasn't like just due to him just being a crazy person. So like it was mainly due to the upbringings that he had with his mother and Gotham City. And so by the time you get to the ending of the film, though he is a bad guy, you understand his motives. There's actually, and in terms of rankings for Jokers, I still haven't figured that out yet. I probably won't for a while unless I watch it one more time. But he's up there with Ledger. And insert random joke about Jared Leto being bad Joker, whatever. Joaquin Phoenix did a really amazing job portraying the Joker in this film. And I'm glad it's like a one-off film because it's a really good art piece. Okay, quick sidebar, because I guess while I'm editing, I'm just remembering a few things. The visuals were really amazing in this film. The acting was really well done. I love the art design, the way Gotham looks. It was very creepy. It looked very real and gritty. I really enjoyed that. I liked what DC Films is doing right now in the sense of making one-off films. I kind of hope they continue doing this and making other projects that aren't connected into a cinematic universe. What do you call it? And I'm actually really surprised that Todd Phillips, who directed the Hangover trilogy, really made a really good film. It's very dark and serious. And I forgot that Martin Scorsese helped write the script, which makes sense why Robert De Niro is in it. So it's very, I don't know, it's like, it made sense why it felt like a crime thriller. But those are the only quick thoughts that I had with the movie that I totally forgot about to mention. And yeah, thanks. So I highly recommend it. It's a really good DC movie. It's a good movie overall.
If you just smile.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.